Tonight, we're at the Crescent Hotel.
This is said to be the most haunted hotel in America.
There are reports of disembodied voices, shadow figures, and even full-bodied apparitions walking the halls.
Welcome to the Crescent Hotel.
That was the whole thing.
The whole rope just went off. The entire rope just went off.
In this hallway, go. Like clear as day, I heard somebody breathe out.
Theodora,
It literally says Theodora.
That is so clear.
Theodora.
As you talk about
Did
where
you
they
just
take the
hear
bodies
that?
out, yeah.
It sounded like the door.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
The other green light. Get back over to the...
Okay.
How's that actually happening? It just felt like something touched my arm. Oh, that was weird. Out of nowhere?
Right. The entire thing lit up too.
It was like something ran down the hall. Are you coming to get a body? Are you removing somebody from the morgue? If you are, can you step in front of this device again? Holy shit, on command. The Crescent Hotel is located in Eureka Springs, Arkansas, which was formed in 1879. People began moving into the area after Native Americans claimed that the natural springs possessed healing properties. Just 1 year later, in 1880, there were thousands of permanent residents in Eureka Springs.
Governor Powell Clayton realized how much potential Eureka Springs had, and he organized the Frisco Railroad to come in, bringing in new supplies and visitors daily. The Eureka Springs Improvement Company knew a grand resort was needed to house all of these new tourists.
Construction on the Crescent Hotel began in 1884 and was completed 2 years later in 1886. The hotel quickly became a popular destination for the elite and extremely wealthy. The Eureka Springs Improvement Company would operate the hotel for 15 years until leasing it to the Frisco Railroad in 1902. With the winter months being a little bit slower for business, they opened the Crescent College for Women. The hotel would operate as a resort during the summer months and the college during the winter months until 1934.
By 1937, the Crescent would undergo another change. It was purchased by a gentleman named Norman Baker. He was a very successful businessman, and he made his money through various businesses, one of them being cancer-curing hospitals. He opened his third at the Crescent Hotel despite not being a doctor of any kind. Baker rechristened the Crescent Hotel as the Castle in the Air, broadcasting his controversial claims over the radio, saying he could cure anyone's cancer regardless of type or stage without operation, radiation, or x-ray. Baker had hundreds of jars in the lobby that he had claimed were cancerous tumors he had removed from his patients. They were sent off for testing after being found behind the building in 2019, and it turns out they are human tissue, but they weren't the cancerous tumors that he had claimed.
Baker would have each of his patients injected up to 7 times a day with his Formula 5, which was a mixture of water, alcohol, glycerol, carbolic acid, ground watermelon seed, corn silk, and clover leaves. To ensure everyone believed his lies, he would stand over the shoulders of the staff as they mixed the formula, making them believe they had to mix it exactly as he directed. Now, Baker was very proud to tell anyone and everyone that his hospital had a 100% cure rate, with 0 deaths occurring on the property, which was another lie. As patients slept, a trusted nurse would remove the deceased patients from their rooms and bring them to the basement where he had constructed a morgue. He would perform autopsies even though he was not a trained medical professional. Under the cover of night, a coroner would come and remove the bodies through a door that led directly outside so that no one would see the death that had occurred.
As patients were nearing death and in extreme amounts of pain, they would be moved to a section of the building known as the Pain Asylum. This was a section of the building on the 2nd and 3rd floor, covered by 2 soundproof doors so no one in the rest of the building would be able to hear what was going on. Patients were not given any pain medication, just more doses of Formula number 5 and brain exercises to do, as they were told that if their brain was strengthened through these exercises, their body would heal soon after. Norman Baker would target the most terminally ill patients and tell them they could receive additional treatment if he received more money. So they would write home, often dying before the letter even reached home, but he would not inform the family until the money was already received. Over the course of 3 years, Norman Baker would con people out of millions of dollars at this fraudulent hospital.
In 1940, Baker was finally arrested, but not for practicing medicine without a license. Instead, he was arrested for mail fraud, based on his unethical practices of acquiring new patients. He had mailed thousands of flyers all over the US, stating his 100% cure rate at his cancer-curable hospital in Eureka Springs, Arkansas. He would serve just over 3 years of his 4-year prison sentence. And upon his release, he attempted to re-enter the field of healing by establishing a research foundation in his hometown of Muscatine, Iowa. However, the state of Iowa dismissed this, stating in the fact of public interest. Baker would then retire to Florida, where he would pass away September 10, 1958. His cause of death? Liver cancer.
The exact number of patient deaths during Baker's reign at the hospital is unknown, but staff were able to piece together at least 42 documented deaths that occurred during the hospital's operation. After the hospital closed, it became a hotel again. Many different owners tried to restore the Crescent back to its former glory, but ended up failing, and the Crescent was headed towards the wrecking ball. It was in a state of disrepair. Elise and Marty Ronick purchased the Crescent Hotel in 1997. Marty and Elise developed a 10-year plan to restore the building back to its former glory, and it completed it in only 5 years. They ended up restoring the original skyline that was destroyed by a fire in 1967. They added a conservatory back where the original conservatory for the Crescent College was, and even a spa in the basement. Marty and Elise are responsible for bringing the Crescent Hotel back to its former glory, a luxurious resort in the middle of the Ozark Mountains, welcoming people from all over the world.
The Crescent has been given the title of America's most haunted hotel, and for good reason. With over 100 years of paranormal claims, there's no shortage of unexplained experiences happening in this historic location. Even girls who attended the Crescent College used to write letters home requesting that the family send the Ouija board so they can make contact with the resident spirits.
One of the reported hauntings is that of a young boy named Brecky. Brecky was the son of Richard and Mary Breckenridge Thompson. Richard served as the president of the Crescent College for Women, and his family lived on site. Brecky unfortunately passed away at the age of 4 due to complications from appendicitis, and he is often seen roaming the hotel looking for someone to play with, bouncing a ball, or standing at the end of the hallway.
Up on the 4th floor, room 419 is known as Theodore's room. She is believed to be a trusted employee of Norman Baker, as her room was situated directly below his penthouse suite. Many guests have reported a younger woman outside of the room fumbling for her keys trying to enter. As they approach her, she simply looks up and walks through the door. She's also known to pack people's belongings, put them in their suitcases, and lean them against the door from the inside, blocking their re-entry to the room.
The most notorious spirit at the Crescent Hotel is that of Norman Baker. He is seen walking down the halls, sitting down in the morgue, and even tour guests have reported hearing his distinct male voice. Norman Baker is seen throughout the entire hospital, so if you guys visit this place, you're bound to see him.
In the former pain asylum of the hospital, guests have reported the full-bodied apparition of a female patient. They awake to see her standing at the end of the bed, and some have even reported that she moves throughout the room, and you can hear her distinct footsteps and voice during the middle of the night.
The Crescent's long history has had a lasting effect on the building to this day. You guys are about to see what we experienced during our stay at America's most haunted hotel.
Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. Tonight, we are at one of the coolest locations in the country, one of the most haunted hotels in all of America. We're in Eureka Springs, Arkansas at the Crescent Hotel.
Now, a huge shout out to the team here at the Crescent Hotel. They hooked us up with this investigation pretty last minute, so definitely check this place out if you're ever in the area. We've known about this location for a long time. A lot of our friends have been here. A lot of the old OG TV shows have been here. This is just an iconic location in the paranormal.
Yeah, I remember seeing this spot all the way back in 2005 when ghost hunters first came here and they caught that incredible piece of thermal evidence down in the morgue, which I can't wait to get down and check out later. Obviously, Sam and Colby have been out here, a bunch of our friends, so it's a place that is very, very well known. Again, supposed to be one of the most haunted hotels in all of America. I cannot believe we're finally here. I'm excited to get in there. We're staying in some of the most haunted rooms in the hotel tonight as well, so I'm just excited to get in there. Let's grab our stuff, let's see what we can get, and spend the night at the Crescent.
Yeah, let's do it. All right guys, so we're starting out in the governor's suite here. So this has connections to both Norman Baker and Governor Powell, who built the hotel. So a lot of history in this room in particular, this whole suite in particular. There's 2 bedrooms at this location.
Yeah, it's a really important piece of the hotel's history. The room right behind me here was actually Baker's office during the hospital days. So the desk that's in the lobby was in here, and it had bulletproof glass around it because he's had some attempts on his life in the past because he's a shady person. So we're gonna set up in here. We got some equipment set up. We're gonna see what we can get. Static dome to my right. We got the nope rope down the hall, Mel meters, REM pods, kind of set up everywhere. We got spirit talker going over here. So we're gonna see what we can get in here before moving on to different areas of the hotel. But we figured this would be a great place to start.
Yeah, might as well. So hopefully we can make contact with Norman Baker tonight. I really want to pick his brain, right? Because how could he do that for so long? This was not his first like cure-all hospital, you know? So I think it'd be really interesting to make contact with him tonight.
Yeah, he had multiple hospitals before he even moved here and started this one, all of which obviously were a sham.
Right.
And then he tried to start another one after he got out of jail, and they said, no,
exactly.
You're done with those. So we'll see if we can make contact with him in here or Governor Powell, and we'll go from there.
Yeah, let's do it. So if you guys didn't see us walking around the hotel, my name is Dylan, this is Steve. We're guests here tonight. We just want to talk to you a little bit, learn more about the hotel, its history. If you worked here, we'd love to hear your story. If you lived here.
We don't mean harm.
We don't mean harm. Okay. That's good, I guess.
There's that baker trying to cover his ass.
Right.
Right? Like, we didn't mean harm.
Yeah, that's one thing they said on the tour.
Right.
Like, he convinced the staff that they were actually helping these people.
Right. He said that they thought maybe 1 or 2 people besides him knew that this was all a fraud, but everybody else legitimately believed that this was a real hospital.
Because he had his secret formula that he wouldn't tell anybody. Yeah. But the ingredients today, everybody knows it's a sham, right. You know? Is this Norman Baker? Yo, is that a dome?
Point right at me. Hello.
Okay.
Can you make that go around? Go to the next color?
That's weird too, it's like flickering.
Yeah. I've never seen it do that.
No.
Blink, now it's going to the next one.
Okay.
It's weird.
Norman. Leo. Here? Leo DiCaprio? Norman, if this is you, just to confirm, can you set off one of the other
went back to the other one. It went back over to this one now. And now that one's gone. That was just so bright.
I don't think I've ever seen it do that.
No.
That's going over here.
That's weird. Now it's back to this one.
Yeah. I've never seen it do this.
Are you moving around? Can you come back on this side? Come over here? Holy shit. Okay, now, yep, okay, come back over to the other green light. Get back over to the...
Okay.
How's that actually happening?
I don't know.
Can you come all the way around again? Can you come back over to the green?
Go to the far green one.
Come to the one right here in front of me. Like you have been. Go back around. Yep, this way. Come back this way. Can you do it again? Yep, one more.
You almost had it.
One more. Come on. Come back this way.
That's so bizarre.
I've never seen it go back the opposite direction like that.
No.
It's trying. It's so close. Now it's all the way around the blue.
Okay.
It went all the way around now.
Yeah.
And it's gone.
Can you hit the green one?
Camera.
Stop the camera? Again, though, if it is Norman Baker, he's like, why are you in here filming?
You're
exposing
all my secrets.
Yeah.
That's kind of crazy. I've never seen it do that.
No.
And then just stop like that.
Right. I don't even know what to make of that.
No.
I've never seen, like, it
No.
reacts every now and then, but that was on request, on command.
The thing is, too, like when you went, so when we came in here, we forgot a couple things, so we had to run back out and get stuff from the car. And when he went out to get stuff, when I was sitting in here by myself, I'm just sitting here taking pictures, and I literally heard somebody in this hallway go, like clear as day, I heard somebody breathe out. I thought it was you coming in.
He's probably stressed out, like, oh, great, more people.
Literally, like I thought it was you coming in. It was so loud. It was 100%. It wasn't anybody else in the hotel. It was in this hallway. It was right here.
That's one thing, like in the hotel, sound doesn't really travel,
No.
right?
No. And it's also very late.
It is very late, yeah. Get kind of late.
Kind of sleepy.
So again, Norman, if you're in here with us, can you set off one of these devices? If you want to use this one on the desk here that you just used, that's fine.
So that's just showing that it's not the camera.
It's never done that before.
That's what I mean. It's never gone back around in circles like that.
How many videos have we filmed with this and it's never done that?
Usually it doesn't even go off.
Right. Okay.
The bad man's here.
The bad man's here? The bad man's here.
That's got to be Norman.
Are you talking about Norman? Is Norman in this area right now? In his office, maybe? I'm going to step in here for a second.
Yeah.
Norman, if you're in here, can you set off one of these devices? All you have to do is get close to them, wave your hand in front of them, touch the top of them. They're going to light up and make some noise. It just lets us know that you're in here. You did some kind of shady stuff back in the day, man. Lied to a lot of people. Took their money.
That's one thing that every tour learns now when people come through here. There's signs everywhere talking about how you scam people.
I mean, everybody knows you went to jail for it. Well, technically you went to jail for mail fraud.
Yeah, mail fraud. For 3 years.
Yeah.
They said at least 42 people, they can't confirm others, but at least 42 people
died in this hotel.
at his hands.
Right.
That's crazy.
From the lies.
$4,000 fine and 3 years in prison.
Yeah.
Nuts.
And 3 months.
And 3 months.
Because he
That's
punched
true.
a doctor
He
when he was
did.
in prison.
He hates doctors.
Yeah. Norman, are you in here? Are you working in your office right now?
Again, we just want to ask some questions.
He's like, you guys are mean.
Man, you've been talking bad about me this whole time.
Are you the bad man?
Something wrong.
What's wrong?
Yeah.
Something was wrong with how you operated the hotel. As a hospital, yeah.
Maybe that's like one of the staff.
Right.
Realizing like, wait a minute.
Something's not adding
Something's
up.
not right here.
Right.
Like, why are these people dying? And he's claiming that nobody's dying in this hotel.
Right.
Because he claimed nobody died in his hospital, 100% cure rate. But Yet he had a morgue and
Right.
an autopsy room, and he would bring bodies. People were
He
dying.
would tell nurses to
Right.
bring them down to the
Once
morgue.
everybody went to sleep.
Yeah, in the middle of the night.
Yeah. What's wrong? Who's behind me?
Yeah, the whole thing just lit up again.
That's crazy.
I don't understand that.
Can you touch the top of that device again?
Kid.
Well, no. I mean, kid.
Yeah, I just said
You
kid.
said kid.
So Brecky, one of the children,
Right.
is known to be here.
Right. He was here during the college days when it was
Yeah.
a women's college during the winter. His family lived here. His dad was the president of the
Right.
school, and he passed away here at a very young age.
People get his picture very, very
Yeah.
often here at the Crescent.
And hear him running up and down the hallways.
This is secret.
This is secret. What's a secret?
Does Chris know the secret?
Who has a secret for us? Norman Baker, if you're in here, can you make a noise for us? Can you knock on something?
Steve thought he... Yo,
The
rope
whole
light,
rope-
whole
the
thing.
entire thing is going. The entire thing. Can you step away from that? Out of nowhere?
Right. The entire thing lit up too.
It was like something ran down the hall.
Literally.
Which is what they say Brecky does, though.
Right.
They say he runs up and down the hallways and saying, "This is." He died.
He died. Oh, that's so sad though. He died very, very young.
Yeah. That's actually crazy. And now it won't stop.
Right.
It's like whatever energy just ran by.
Like
it.
maxed it out.
Right. And now it's stuck. It's like residual energy almost.
Right. Well, thank you for interacting with that if you can hear us.
That's crazy.
Because that's one thing about the reports. A lot of them are residual.
Right.
It's just people doing their day-to-day, day-to-day duties.
I mean, this place is an old building. And it's built
1886.
out of stone.
Limestone, right on the limestone.
Right. So stone tape theory again.
Yep.
And like for the things that are going off, right? Like it's not the REM pod, it's not the millimeter, it's the static dome, it's the no probe, stuff that doesn't go off that often.
Right. And Spirit Talker, I mean, it's surprising me again.
Again.
You know?
2 locations in a row.
Like my phone's in airplane mode. There's no way that it's
No.
like picking something up like that.
No.
I don't know.
That's weird. And I would say so far out of all of this, one thing doesn't make sense.
It's like random, right?
Leo. That's the only thing that doesn't add up for us. Everything else applies to this place.
Right.
That's crazy.
I don't understand it at all.
It's actually super interesting.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. What a weird area. I don't know. It's been super strange in here.
Yeah.
If this is an inkling of anything that's going to come tonight,
Yeah.
like that's insane. We have to sleep here.
Yeah, we have to sleep
We're
here.
sleeping in some of the most haunted rooms in the building. I'm sleeping in Theodora's room.
Yeah.
And you're sleeping in a room right across the hall, which is just as active.
Our tour guide, Maddie, said she stayed in there and she had some crazy paranormal experiences in there. So I'm excited to see what we get upstairs.
What happened to you?
That's interesting.
What if it's a patient?
Right.
Because they're being told, oh, you're cured.
You're cured.
There's
just take
nothing
this-
wrong with you.
Take the serum 7
Yeah.
times a day.
Yeah,
You'll be
you're
fine.
Had acid in it.
Yeah.
Doesn't
Literally
help.
Like what's used to make plastic.
Right.
That's crazy.
Yeah, so what if it's a patient?
Right.
Literally.
Are you confused as to why you're still here? Did Norman tell you that you were cured? You were good to go home? There's something back
There was
here.
nothing in there.
Yeah. I couldn't tell if it was like a footstep or
In his
like
office. I was sitting on that couch. That's where I was sitting when I heard that breath. Taste? Taste.
I don't know what that could mean. Well, I mean, Norman ended up passing away of cancer.
Yeah.
Taste
You gotta taste your own medicine,
Yeah,
brother.
literally though.
But he wouldn't take his own medicine.
That's true.
He wouldn't take his own serum.
Because he knew what was in it.
Right. He knew it wasn't anything.
Right.
It was a bunch of water and alcohol and like seasonings.
Yeah, literally.
And then acid.
Like watermelon seeds.
Literally, and then acid. But they said he'd stand over the top of the people that were mixing it up to make sure they mixed it just right in a way to confuse them and again show them that this is real. I need you to make it exactly how it's supposed to be made because it's very important, even though it wasn't.
Because he was a big showman, you know?
Yeah.
That's how he was so successful until he got caught.
Yeah.
And then he'd skip town and go do
Yeah.
it again, you know? It's so crazy. I don't
The
know.
history of this location is unreal.
Absolutely.
It's absolutely unreal. And it's beautiful.
It is.
I mean, this is a beautiful hotel, guys. Like, you gotta come stay here.
Absolutely.
It's so cool. We're going to be coming back here. Like, it's gonna happen. We are
undoubtedly.
coming back here because I like it here.
It's just cool, yeah.
It's so cool. I can't even believe the activity so far, though. And again, because I like that it's not the same equipment.
Right.
It's not the REM pod. It's not the millimeter. It's not that stuff. It's different things that we don't usually get activity with.
Right. Spirit Talker, I don't know. Like I said, it's been surprising me.
It has. We got the static dome, the no probe, Spirit Talker, the footstep. Jones. I don't know. I mean, again, these could be, we could be stretching, right? But these could be patient names. These could be anything, but it also could just mean nothing.
Yeah,
right?
it could be
absolutely nothing.
Right.
But that's pretty accurate so far. It's pretty accurate so far.
The static dome and then the no probe.
Right.
You know?
But like the lineup of the things too, right?
The timing of it.
He was a kid, run down the hall. He died. What happened to me? All this stuff adds up.
Some things are just past coincidence,
Right.
you know?
It's weird, man. It's super, super weird. This first session.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's, again, if it's in any inkling as to how the rest of the night's going to go, I'm really excited for the rest of this investigation.
Yeah, we're going to be doing some EVPs. We're going down to the morgue next.
Yeah.
From
The
darkness.
From darkness?
Yeah. We're going to the darkness. I don't know, man.
Yeah, that's weird.
We're going to go down to the morgue next, guys. We're going to do some EVPs down there, bring out some more equipment, that kind of stuff. But the morgue is usually only accessible for the tours, the ghost tours and stuff, which we did earlier, which is also awesome. But we're going to go down there. We're going to go down there. We're going to do some EVPs. We're going to see who we can make contact with and just keep going, try to hit as many spots as we can tonight in this hotel because it's massive and super haunted.
Yeah.
You ready?
Let's do it.
Let's go. All right, guys, so now we're down to the basement. We're in the morgue area. There's a morgue over here with the body cooler and the autopsy area. This room down here is actually where they used to take the bodies out. The coroner would come and remove them. But,
That's, as you talk about where they take the bodies out, yeah.
It sounded like the door.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Something just went off out there. I don't know if it was the nope rope or the static dome.
So we have I saw that one.
It just went off again.
Yeah. Also, right behind you, so Norman Baker had a bunch of jars that he said were basically cancerous tumors that he had taken out of patients somehow because, he said they wouldn't do surgery.
No knives, no surgery.
Somehow he got them. But they dug them up. He ended up burying them in the back of the hotel. And they have just a bunch of jars of all these, they're like human tissue, basically.
Yeah, it's human tissue. There's lung tissue in there that they think was actually from TB patients. Yeah. There was human fat in there, just stuff that he lied and said was, tumors that he removed from people. But this is where they would take the bodies out. And the coroner would come and take them out through this door outside. That door leads directly outside.
Yep.
It's because Norman said there was never any deaths here. So they would take them out through here and they would see people.
So that's another layer to the lies, though. He would have the nurses go up at 3, 4 in the morning when everybody's asleep to remove the bodies.
Right. And that door just sounded like it moved.
Yeah.
And that goes directly out. There's nobody out there.
Right.
It's 1 in the morning.
Right.
There's nobody out there. It's cold.
But it is about that time. Everybody's going to be asleep.
When the bodies are going to start to get removed. That's crazy. That sounded like the door jiggling.
Literally, yeah.
And then the nope rope goes off over here into the body cooler.
Right.
Like, okay, he's here to get him. Better get him out of the body cooler and bring him out.
So we have all those.
It's going off. The nope rope's going off.
Still?
I can see the reflection.
Yo, Spirit Talker just said my name. No fucking way.
Oh, no.
That's crazy, actually.
As you walked into the room, it says Dylan.
as I walked into the room.
You walk into the room and it says Dylan.
What?
What did it say before that?
Money, this is cursed land.
Agatha,
and then my name.
And then the nope rope's going off.
That's interesting.
I mean, Agatha could have been a nurse.
Right, could have been anything. Patient.
It's just this one. Are you getting somebody out of the cooler?
We were executed.
I mean, essentially.
Yeah.
With that stuff that they was pumping into him.
Right.
And there was a death sentence coming here.
Yeah.
People were told they were going to be cured. He said, no matter what kind of cancer you have, no matter what stage it is, we can cure you.
No radium, no surgery. They're
Nothing.
just, he's just like, it's a magic cure.
Nothing.
Yeah, no x-rays.
So they came here thinking that they had this chance of living, and they were just basically getting a death sentence.
Yeah.
It's still just right there, though.
If someone's down here with us and you can hear our voices, can you set off another one of these devices? We have multiple set up. All they do is light up, make some. That was the whole thing.
The whole rope just went off. The entire rope just went off.
We just want to talk to you a little bit, have a conversation. If you're one of the staff here, we understand that Norman had you fooled as well.
The lights. It just said the lights. As the whole nope rope goes off, it says the lights.
The lights.
Do you see these lights?
We appreciate you setting them off. We understand it probably takes a lot of energy. It's probably very difficult if you can even see them. Because if it is just residual activity, maybe they're just doing their rounds.
Right.
They're paying no mind.
Let's step down here quick.
Yeah.
Let's go down here by
I'll grab
where the door was. Yeah, bring Spirit Talker with you. Cause that door, I want to make sure that's what it sounded like.
Right.
I mean, it did.
Yeah, that's exactly what it was.
It sounded like that door handle jiggling.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yo, this is the sign they had outside too.
The
And
actual original sign.
it's insane because curable is kind of rusted out. They said on the tour it's almost like Mother Nature knew that it was a sham.
He was lying.
Yeah.
That's insane, dude. That's exactly what that noise was.
Yeah.
It sounded like the door opening.
That's crazy.
So we're gonna turn this music box on right here. That was a
Steven.
great angle in my face. I bet.
Yeah, it was.
We're gonna turn this music box on, pointed at the door now.
Yeah.
We can do some EVPs down here as well because there's obviously something going on.
We haven't done any yet tonight?
No, it says the lights.
Yeah.
The whole node rope goes up.
It's unpleasant here. It
Was
for sure.
them, yeah. Music box.
Yeah,
Pointed right at the
again
door.
confirming.
Are you coming to get a body? Are you removing somebody from the morgue? If you are, can you step in front of this device again? Holy shit, on command. On command.
So you're one of the nurses here? That's crazy.
Is it that time of the night? Did Norman Baker tell you to come get a body so it can be removed? Yup.
That's insane. I don't understand. Like,
Do you believe that he can cure cancer?
the noise was him.
The
Norman?
door. The door. The noise was him.
You're telling me the noise, the door, the
it goes
handle
off again.
jiggling was Norman Baker coming down here.
Opening the door for like the coroner.
That's so crazy.
He's got his picture everywhere in here
Right.
too. That's insane.
I'm at a loss for words, honestly. That's nuts.
Can you step back for a second so it stops?
Is he trapped here because of what he did to people?
Or does he still think he's in charge? And he's trying to run the hospital still?
One?
One. It's still going.
Yeah. But you asked, does he still think he's in charge?
Right.
So if places have puppeteers, if
Right.
places have people who watch over the rest of
Right.
the spirits, maybe Norman.
It would be him.
Yeah.
At this location, it would be him.
If that's true, can you have that go for 2 tones? If Norman is the one who's in charge here, have the music box play 2 notes.
Two. 1, 2.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's wild.
I mean, we're gonna have to turn it off to do EVPs.
Yeah.
Do you want to talk to us with these other devices that record your voice?
That was a lot.
Okay. If you want us to use these devices that record your voice, on the count of 3, set that off, and we'll turn it off, and we can use these other devices. God
The
damn it.
voices.
I said it again. All right. So, do you want us to use these other devices? Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Stop for a second. Step away. Only set it off when I get to 3. Don't set it off before then. Do you not want us to use them?
How about this? If you don't want us to use these,
Love. You love us to use them? I
love-
just got such a cold breeze on the back of my neck.
we're in the basement.
That was crazy.
Cold
Dude, that
breeze.
literally just felt like somebody turned a fan on directly behind me.
Maybe it's the corner, or someone
Oh
walking by
my
you.
God, dude, that was actually nuts. I looked around super quick. That was really weird, actually. Dude, that was like a strong gust of wind all over the back of my neck.
Did you just walk by Steve?
That was crazy. Let's turn this off.
Yeah,
so we can
do
do
some
some
EVPs.
EVPs. Gotta ask some questions. We're gonna turn that off for a minute, okay? Let's do a quiet one.
Yeah, let them have the floor.
So Norman, this is gonna be your chance. Box.
Box. I mean, it's a silver box. Yeah.
Norman, this is gonna be your chance. You had a radio show. You like to talk. You like to say things that weren't true. This is gonna be your chance to talk. We're gonna give you the floor. Say whatever you want to say, okay? We're gonna count to 3, and you come up and speak into this device in my hand or the one Dylan has in his hand. Say whatever you want to say. We're not gonna speak. Speak loudly and clearly, all right? Here we go. Ready?
Yep.
1, 2, 3. One,
Throat hurt at the end.
2, 3. My throat hurt at the end. That could have been anything. Throat
Right,
cancer.
Throat cancer.
Could have been somebody that was getting injected every day.
That's
with
a
that
spirit
stuff.
they see here, though.
Yeah.
In one of the annexes
Yeah.
upstairs.
Yeah.
That's interesting. I'm sorry to hear that. I'm sorry you went through what you did.
You came here with a lot of hope.
The Baker Hospital, as it was known.
Let's play these back.
Yeah.
See what we got.
There's a lot
Play the
there.
back. Hold on. it's Norman, and then I can't make out the rest. Listen, it's like, it's Norman, and then there's something else. You hear it? It's like, it's Norman.
And
I'm gonna play it again.
yeah.
I can't make out the rest of that. It's Norman.
Yeah. That's wild though. But that confirms he still haunts this
That's the
location.
one we thought has been down here.
Yeah. We had him upstairs in the governor's suite. We have him down here.
That's crazy.
That's really cool though.
Everything's lining up.
I mean, he's, you know,
Kind
trash
of a,
person.
Yeah,
but-
kind of a bad dude.
Yeah. But play us back. See what we got. Oh. Play the back.
What is that? There's something, there's like 3 words at the end. He faked us? He faked us.
Yeah.
Horses.
Horses. That's kind of random.
Doesn't make any sense.
He faked us though. I mean, yeah.
He faked, well, yeah, he faked everybody.
If there's, you know, spirits down here that are trapped in the morgue where they passed away. I
Could be
mean,
anybody. Could be. You got to think, right? Like if people worked here and they actually thought that they were doing good and they were
That's
trying
true.
their best, like they might feel trapped here because they feel terrible about what happened.
Right.
If they actually genuinely believed that they were going to be helping people, and this guy was just a scam artist the whole time, you know, what I mean, maybe they feel like they need to be here still.
Right.
They're trying to help people.
they're trying to help people in the
Right,
afterlife.
Right. That's crazy.
That's a whole nother layer to
Yeah.
it too, you know?
It is.
He's not only affecting people on, you know, this realm,
right.
42 people at least,
Right.
but people in the afterlife
Yeah.
too.
You got to believe that number was way higher.
Yeah, it's gotta
Like,
be, yeah.
way
That's
higher.
only what
That's
they
the ones
could-
they can find through the funeral homes.
Exactly.
Because they lost a lot of talking.
Talking, we are talking.
You are talking. Are you talking? We're talking. Let's ask some questions.
Yeah.
Let's do a session of some questions down
Like
here.
they want to keep talking maybe?
Yeah. Let's do a session of some questions. Let's stand like in the hallway here.
Yeah.
So that way, like people in the body cooler.
Because it seems like this is
right.
where like the angry response came from, you know? Or the frustrated response.
Stand right there, and I'll stand like right here.
Yeah.
And then we have the jars right here as well.
Right.
All right, we're gonna ask you some questions now, okay?
Because that's another thing. That's human tissue, human fats and stuff.
There's people
Right.
in here. The whole nope rope just went off again. It's still going.
It's going
It's
nuts.
still going. It's still going.
Right as I walk in though,
It stops. Can you touch those lights again? Walk in front of those so they light up and change color.
We think we heard your voice just a moment ago.
How many of these can you light up? We're gonna ask you some questions. Yep, oh no, it's just these ones right here. It's just these ones. Can you do it again? Light up as many as you can.
Or if this is Norman, if you were up with us in the governor's suite.
Yep.
Okay. Whole thing again. Yo,
That's insane.
can you set off that orange box over there on the sink?
This one right here.
You were doing it up in the governor's suite. If that was you upstairs with us.
That's most of them again.
the entire thing.
All right,
Well, that's another thing that was said about Norman's character, though. They said he had little man syndrome, right? So maybe he's sitting here, he's trying to prove how powerful he is.
Look,
even
I'm
in the
setting off
afterlife.
all these ropes, all
Right.
these lights. All right, well let's ask him some questions. Let's go down here.
Yeah.
I'm gonna step back in here because way back in the day, guys, OG ghost hunters caught one of the coolest thermal images I've ever seen right here on this locker. Like, I've known about this locker since 2005.
That's one really
18
cool thing.
years.
Yeah.
I've been waiting to come to see this locker.
YouTube has brought us to so many cool locations that are just, it's surreal to be here.
18
right?
years.
Yeah.
I've been waiting to come see this locker for 18 years.
That episode aired in what, 2005?
2005.
I was 3.
I hate you.
That's crazy.
I hate you quite a bit. That's still one of the coolest things, guys. Like, it blew my mind. So, I don't know. Super cool to be here. Let's ask some questions because we got a lot more ground to cover still
Yeah,
in this
absolutely.
hotel. All right, you ready?
Let's do it.
1, 2, 3. Norman, are you down here right now?
It's one of the patients down here from the Baker Hospital.
Do you know how Norman died?
Who's following us?
What was the thing called that Norman would inject into all the patients?
Can you say the word Eureka?
One, two, three.
That's
it said
so on
he
point.
died, and then you're being followed. He's been following us since upstairs.
Yeah.
Or is it whatever this thing is that's still been following us since last year?
Right, so that's one thing we don't really talk about in a lot of the videos. A lot of you guys said it might have been an egregore, you know,
Right.
something that we're feeding into.
Right.
So we've been trying to kind of
Ignore it.
Ignore it. Maybe it'll lose steam.
What
I
did
don't know
you
what
say?
that one said.
Yeah, maybe it'll lose steam and won't show up as much. But then we also got that at Mineral Springs.
Arrest. You're being followed. He died. That's just insane. He died,
and he got
You
arrested.
said Norman,
Yeah.
and it says he died.
He died, but he also got arrested.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah. So
That's so wild. I just got
everything is
chills.
pointing to him down here.
Yeah.
Everything. The door, that was him. You know what
All
I mean?
night, though.
Everything. All right, let's play these back.
Yeah.
Norman, are you down here right now? From patients down here from the Baker Hospital? Do you know how, Norman?
There's something there.
Yeah.
Norman, are you down here right now? From patients down here from the Baker Hospital? Do you know how?
That's it. That's all recorded.
Wait, what?
That's all recorded.
Why?
It stopped in the middle of that recording.
I didn't hear it like turn off or anything.
No. It was still blinking.
That's crazy. What?
It was still blinking. The light
Yeah.
was still on. It was still recording.
That doesn't make any sense.
You must help.
You must help.
Norman, are you down here right now? From patients down here from the Baker Hospital? Do you know
It sounds like it says, I died.
Norman, are you down here right now? From patients down here from the Baker Hospital? Do you know how?
died,
Norman
yeah.
died?
Injury. Now it's playing the whole thing.
What was the thing called that Norman was injecting to all the patients? Can you say the word Eureka?
That's weird though, is that one of the patients from the hospital says, I died.
And then you said, man, it's not coming through, and it said,
Right.
you must help.
And then all of a sudden it starts playing.
So again, if Norman is this guy who has so much power, he's like the puppeteer here, right?
He's trying to stop everything.
Right. That's crazy. The activity here has been insane.
Players.
Yeah, let's see what we got.
Norman, are you down here right now? One of the
It's like a laugh. Yo. Yeah.
Norman, are you down here right now? One of the patients down here from the Baker Hospital? Do you know how Norman died?
Graveyard?
Norman, are you down here right now? One of the patients down here from the Baker Hospital? Do you know how Norman died? Who's following us? Right
Say it
now?
one more time.
One of the patients down here from the Baker Hospital? Do you know how Norman died? Who's following us? What was the thing called that Norman was injecting to all the patients? Can you say the word Eureka?
It says Eureka.
Holy
Yo.
shit, it actually says it.
That Norman was injecting to all the patients. Can you say the word Eureka?
That's
Eureka.
insane. That's
That's so
absolutely
cool.
insane. That's so
Yo.
clear.
That's why we always pick words like that,
That's
right?
so clear.
It's
Multiple
not,
syllables.
Right. Banana, Eureka.
Right.
It's not something you're going to think is another word, you know?
That's so clear.
That's so cool. But that's intelligence.
That's
It's not
insane.
just residual activity
No.
here.
Most of the stuff we've been getting has
Yeah.
been intelligent tonight.
Exactly.
That's absolutely insane. I don't even know what to like.
This place is haunted.
This whole session has been insane down
Yeah.
here. The first session was crazy.
Yeah. I'm excited to see what the rest of this
There's
hotel has
so
to
much
offer.
more to go.
Yeah.
Like we have other rooms we have to hit. We're sleeping in haunted rooms.
Yep.
We're gonna have sleep cameras. You're gonna hear Dylan snore all night.
It's gonna be great.
It's gonna be fantastic. We gotta go. We gotta move
Yeah.
somewhere else. There's way more ground to cover.
My remains. Literally in this room.
All of the
Yeah.
stuff.
That's nuts.
So think about this, right? So that just says my remains.
Yeah.
There's jars of human tissue in this room. The body cooler is on the other side of this wall.
Right.
The autopsies are down there. The remains were brought out through this door. Everything that has to do with remains is right here.
yeah.
And it says that.
That's what I mean. It's been so on point. My phone's on airplane mode. Like there's no
There's
way.
no way. This
I don't
is
understand.
Absolutely insane. I don't know. We gotta move. We gotta
Yeah.
go upstairs. There's more spots to hit, but let's do it.
Let's do it. Really quick, if you guys are enjoying this video, make sure you drop down below and give us a like, because if we get 3,000 likes on this video, we're gonna head to Estes Park, Colorado and spend the night at the Stanley Hotel. So drop a like. Let's get back into the video.
All All right, guys, so now we're in one of the rooms that was originally the annex. So this portion of the building was added on during the college years of the facility. But during the hospital days, this is where they would put basically the terminal patients. The patients that Norman knew were going to die soon were put down here without any pain meds, without anything at all. So they would be down here screaming in agony. The end of the hallway actually had 2 metal giant doors that were soundproof so that the rest of the patients couldn't hear the screams coming from this area.
They called it the asylum because the treatment here was absolutely awful. It was said that when people did eventually pass away in here, they would just leave the bodies until late at night again, where they would go through the morgue and sneak them out essentially.
Yeah, so this is one of the darker areas of the building. They've been renovated into honeymoon suites now, but this area held a lot of sadness and pain when it was in operation. So we want to do an Estes in here, see if we can make contact with any of these patients that went through this terrible treatment before moving on to the room that I'm sleeping in to investigate. So let's do an Estes. He's got a couple things set up. He'll show you while I'm getting ready, and we'll see what we can get.
Yeah, let's do it. All right, so we have the static dome over here on the bed here in the honeymoon suite. And then we also have the REM pod over here in the other chair. So basically we're gonna try to make contact with hopefully some of the patients, try to get their story, because I feel like we've talked to Norman a lot tonight. He's given his side of the story, but I feel like the patients definitely need to be heard, especially after what they went through. I can't imagine, like, if they passed away, you know, they passed away here, Norman put them through hell during life, and now they're trapped here. They have to deal with him. I can't even imagine, dude. That's so awful. So as I was just saying,
that was my room. That was weird. It was like, that was my room.
That was my room? Were you one of the patients here? At the Baker Hospital? No.
Deep male voice, I couldn't make it out.
You're behind me, that's crazy. Another thing too we have to look out for, Norman's been following us all night apparently. So if we're trying to talk to the patients, he's probably not gonna like that too much. I don't know, we'll see what happens, but my name is Dylan. We came up here because we understand there's a lot of trauma that happened up here. This is a very sad area. We'd like to talk to some of the patients. If you can make yourself known, we have a couple devices set up. This one right here, if you get close to it.
No one did?
No one did? Are you saying no one went through trauma here? This was a really happy place? Sounds kind of like Norman to me. Almost like covering it up, you know, trying to keep the lie going.
Water?
Water?
Helped?
The water helped, the mineral spring? Okay. Are you saying that the spring water actually did help people? The whole reason this hotel's even here? The mineral spring water?
He lied. That was so weird. It was everything stopped. It was like, he lied.
Can you tell us who lied? Whatever you tell Steve, the guy in the chair over here, he's going to repeat so that I can hear. I know it sounds kind of weird, but I can't see you and I can't hear you most of the time. That's why I have all these devices set up. That's why he's doing what he's doing right now. He's trying to listen for you. He's listening for your voice.
Someone's screaming. It was a female. Someone's screaming.
Are you one of the nurses here? All right. Again, that seems like very Norman-esque though. He's trying to show how powerful he is, right? He still has control over the hotel. He still
Yeah, it was the guy's voice goes, yeah.
No way, dude, what? Okay, Norman, if you're so powerful, you wanna flex on us, right? You're trying to show us that you still have so much power. Can you set off one of these devices, make a really loud noise? Slam a door, throw something. I mean, I'm not, you know, I don't like antagonizing, but Norman Baker, dude, he was a trash human being, all right? If you're so big and powerful, show me.
Help me.
How can I help you? What can I do that can help you? I'd love to help you any way I can. You need to let me know how I can, though. What do I need to do?
Help?
How can we help you? What do we have to do? Do you want us to tell your story? That's what we're here to try to figure out. We want to hear your story. If you have any messages for us, if you have any questions for us, relay them to Steve, the guy in the chair right there. So
I'm telling you, man. Is my arm hitting something? Am I hitting this?
I don't think so. I haven't really been.
Oh my God, dude, that's the second time. That time it felt like something that grabbed my elbow. Like, I felt like a little pressure.
Well, I just said too, like that's very Norman Baker-esque, right? Like he's trying to show how powerful he is. He's gonna do small things, and you said, yeah.
Dude, that was weird. The first time I felt like somebody ran their fingers down it, and then the second time I felt like somebody like squeezed my arm right here. It's the same arm.
The curtain squeezed you?
I don't know. Dude, it's made me jump twice.
It's weird too because it's going back and forth. It seems like Norman's like saying his 2 cents, and then it's going to the patients. Like
It's weird. The helps are weird.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go back under.
Okay. Yeah.
Dude,
Guys, comment down below. The curtain squeezed my arm. Comment down below right now. The curtain squeezed my arm. So Norman, if that's you trying to scare Steve, trying to get his attention, set off one of these devices. Make a loud noise. This red light over here in the chair. If you get close to it, if you touch it, it's
we're
gonna
all
light up.
here.
We're all here? Are you saying like the patients? You guys are here too? I feel weird calling them patients too because like he's not a medical professional. You know, they're victims. They're not patients at all.
Right?
Right, okay. Is that what you were trying to get me to say? Do you not like being called patients because this wasn't a hospital? Because that's one thing, if they're still roaming the halls, if they're hearing all the stories, you know, the history tours that are going on, if they hear the word patient, maybe, you know, they just don't like the way it's
Harmed
phrased.
us? Don't leave me?
Well,
The male voice said harmed us, and the female said don't leave me.
We're not going to leave you just yet. We're staying the night in this hotel. But you know what I mean? Like, they're walking the halls. In the afterlife, they now know that they were scammed. They hear themselves being addressed as patients. Like, that almost gives Norman, like, almost like credence, like he's a doctor, right? But he absolutely was not a medical professional. Can you give me your name?
It hurts.
I'm sorry to hear that. I understand you guys probably went through a lot of pain. Meanwhile, you're being told that you're being cured. What's that? There's something like back here?
That was a female voice. I couldn't make out what it said.
Do you want me in this section of the room? I thought I just heard a noise over here. I'm gonna let Spirit Talker run for a couple minutes too. See if that picks up anything. Because again, guys, we've been pretty skeptical, you know, we've waited to use it. We weren't too sure, but it's just been giving us dead on responses. All right, there we go, that's all set up. So I have another device right over here. If you speak into it, it should say whatever you tell it. If you're having trouble talking to Steve or you can't interact with these devices we have set up.
What's in it?
What's in the
Bad?
device? I don't think that's bad. I don't think so. Or they're talking about the serum. You know, what if the patients question, like, what's in this? How is it a miracle cure? Now they know that it's bad. Or that it didn't do anything, at least, you know? Chemicals used to create plastic. Dude, I can't believe that a living person did that to another human. Multiple humans, at least 42. Are you mad that Norman essentially got away with what he did? Multiple hospitals, countless victims. I can't imagine the anger and the sadness that you have.
I can't make it. I was a male voice. I couldn't make it out.
We're not going to spend too much more time in here.
Inside.
We're not going to spend too much more time in here. I'm going to go up to Theodora's room
Can't
upstairs.
hear us?
Hear us? You say can't hear us? No, normally I can't hear you. Again, that's why you gotta speak into this device or tell Steve whatever you want me to know. Are you saying you're struggling with that too? Because that's another thing, guys. Like, we don't know if Estes does make it easier. It's just a theory, you know? We hope that it does. It bridges that gap a little bit, allows them to speak to us a little bit more clearly. Their EVPs, same thing. And it might vary like spirit to spirit, you know? We just don't know. Is that what you mean? You're struggling to speak with us? Do you want us to move somewhere else in the hotel? Should we go upstairs to Theodore's room?
Yelling? That was me?
We're delighted you're here.
We're delighted you're here. That's good, at least, you know? We're glad to be here. We'd love to tell your story.
Please.
Please? Please tell our story? Okay. Do you have any final messages for us? Any questions? Anything we should know before we head upstairs? Again, we are sleeping in this hotel tonight. Do you have any warnings, any messages? Anything we should know? Now's your time to give it to us before we head upstairs.
It's me.
Deep male voice said, get.
So this said, it's me. Wait, deep male voice, and it says, it's me. So it's like it's Norman. If Norman Baker just walked in here, or he's making himself known now, give me a sign. Set off one of these devices. Tell Steve. Do something to confirm your presence.
I can use this.
I can use this? Okay. If that's what's easiest for you. So again, if this is Norman, speak through this device right here. Give us some sort of confirmation.
There were none.
There were none? I'm not sure where we're going with that.
Cancer. Male voice said, cancer.
Was that your diagnosis? Is that why you ended up here? You had hoped Norman could cure you? Dude, that's so sad. I can't even imagine. Reading a flyer and, thinking, hoping that this is your saving grace. Meanwhile, this guy's just profiting off of literally lying to their faces, sending out these mailers with 100% lies on them, injecting them with poisons, basically. Up to seven times a day, they said? Absolutely insane. We're gonna be heading upstairs here in just a minute. Are you gonna be up there with us? Are you gonna follow us? I'd love to continue this conversation. Hear from you more. Harold?
Harold.
Okay, well, he said a male voice kept coming through. If this is Harold, if you want to join us upstairs, feel free. We'd love to hear more of your story, Harold, and try to help you if possible.
Can't go.
Can't go. So you're stuck in this section of the hotel? Or the hospital, as you may know it?
Help. Been here so long.
How can we help you? What can we do to help you?
What's your name?
I said, what's your name? My name's Dylan. This is Steve, down here in the chair. All right, Harold, we're gonna head upstairs. We're gonna go up to the 4th floor, okay? We're definitely coming back to the Crescent at some point. This place is absolutely insane. The staff here are wonderful. They're so kind. You guys definitely have to come check this place out. But we do have to head upstairs. Again, Harold, whoever else is in here, if you do wish to follow us upstairs, if you're able to, if you're permitted, feel free to follow us upstairs so we can continue this conversation and hopefully help you out a little bit, okay?
Jesus Christ.
Sorry about it. So very, again, back and forth. It seems like Norman comes in and he tries to, puff out his chest.
Right.
And then it'd be like, help me, I need help.
Yeah. Those voices were weird because it was like male and female saying it, and
Yeah.
it was like they were like begging. It was like they were yelling. It was
Right.
so weird.
And right near the end, too.
Oh, I didn't know you turned spirit talker on.
Yeah,
I almost just
it's
fell
a-
out of this chair.
Imagine.
I was like, who's talking?
Oh, I didn't even think about that. It just said daddy. So like imagine it's Brecky running around.
Could be, yeah.
Because he's known to be on every single
Every
floor
floor,
of this
they hear him
hotel.
everywhere, yeah.
I didn't even think about that. I didn't ask about that, but we got
Right.
the name Harold.
Right.
And apparently he can't leave this area of the hotel.
Well, they were locked in here.
Right.
They couldn't
That's what I
leave.
mean. Like even
Yeah.
in the spirit realm, though,
Yeah.
they're stuck here.
Yeah. Well,
So-
maybe they still see it the same way as it was. Maybe
Right.
there's metal steel doors down at the end of this hall.
That's true. Yeah.
I don't know.
But I don't know. I think we got to head upstairs and
Check out my room.
yeah, let's do it.
Let's go. All right, guys, if you've been enjoying this investigation here at the Crescent Hotel, do not forget to drop down below, hit that subscribe button, and turn on the notification bell so you are notified every single week when we upload a brand new investigation. We've been going to some amazing locations all across the U.S. You're not going to want to miss it. So hit that subscribe. Let's get back into the investigation.
All right, guys, so we moved upstairs. We're in Theodora's room right now. She was a very close confidant, basically, of Norman Baker. She was one of his close associates during his hospital years, and his suite is directly above hers. There's nothing going on between them. There's no relationship or anything. They were just very close business partners, basically.
Yeah, basically she was his employee, but she was a very, very close employee. He trusted her a ton. So he wanted somebody close by that he trusted in case shit hit the fan and
Right.
he needed somebody nearby. So her room is said to be one of the most haunted in the entire hotel. It is also where I'll be sleeping tonight, so that's awesome. She's very tidy, they
Yeah.
say. If you leave stuff out, she moves things against the door. She'll pack your bags for you. Literally, people have had their own bags packed and leaned against the door while they were out.
Well, she stacks them against the door, too,
Right.
so they can't get back into
Right.
the room.
Physically impossible for
Yeah.
somebody to do that and get out because this other door over here does not open anymore. It's not a real door. It's just there. It's
It's
basically
boarded up,
Yeah.
basically. But we're going to do EVPs in this room because we haven't really focused on EVPs at all tonight.
Right.
All the equipment's been going on.
Right.
Spirit Talker's been lining up.
Right.
We haven't really needed them. But
see if they want to whisper sweet nothings into my ear before I go to bed.
Oh, good.
Let's see. But we'll do some EVPs and then we're going to set up our cameras, guys, and we're going to bed. But you guys are going to have night footage. So
Yeah.
we'll see if anything happens while we're sleeping. She said to move around. Dylan's room across the hall is supposed to be super haunted as well. So we'll just see what happens. But let's get into some EVPs and see if we can make contact with Theodora.
yeah, let's do it.
All right, Theodora, my name is Steve. This is Dylan. I'm going to be sleeping in here tonight. I hope that's okay, because I don't have anywhere else to go. So I'm going to sleep in here. We don't mean you any disrespect. We mean you no harm. We're just here to ask you some questions, learn a little bit about you, what it was like to live and work here, and if you have anything to say about what Norman did. So we're just going to ask you some questions. Speak into these devices that we have in our hands. They allow us to hear your voice, okay? So come up, speak as loudly and as clearly as you can, Theodora or anybody who's in here, and just answer some of our questions.
Yeah.
Ready?
So,
1, 2, 3. Can I please have your first name?
whose room is this?
What happens if somebody leaves their room a mess? Do you get upset?
Have you been following us around all night, around the hotel?
One, two, three. Let's see if Theodora's here.
Yeah, or Norman, if he's following us around all night.
Personally, I'd rather be Theodora.
Yeah, she seems a lot nicer.
Yeah.
Can I please have your first name? Whose room is this? What happens if
Theodora,
It
yo.
literally says Theodora. Whose
That is
room is
so
this?
clear.
Theodora.
first name? Whose room is this? What happens
That's so
Theodora.
clear.
if you get upset? Have you been following us around all night around the hotel? What?
That's insane, though. That's insane.
Yeah.
Whose room
Theodora.
is this? Theodora.
That's so clear,
That doesn't mean
too.
it's her.
Right.
They're like, this is Theodora's room.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
And it sounded like it might have said no at the end.
Right at the end.
So I don't know.
That's weird.
Yeah.
Well, that makes sense if it was her.
Right.
She hasn't been seen to be following us around.
True.
Let's see what yours said.
Yeah. Hopefully it picked up the Theodora.
Can I please have your first name?
I don't know what that says.
Can I please have your first name? Whose room is this? What happens if somebody leaves their room a mess? Do you get upset? Have you been following us around all night around the hotel?
Can't make it out. There's
clear.
something there, though, on each
Yeah.
one still. It's just not super clear. But Theodora.
Yeah, that's
let's,
so clear.
Let's get into some more. Let's ask if it is Theodora here or if it's just somebody that knows this is her room.
Right. Maybe we can find out if she knew that the hospital was basically a huge
Right,
sham.
right.
Or if she was swindled too.
Right. All right, let's ask some more questions.
Yeah.
So Theodora, or whoever's in here, we heard your voice. Thank you for talking to us. We appreciate you answering our question. We know this is Theodore's room. We're going to ask you guys a few more questions now, okay? So again, come up to this device, speak as loudly and as clearly as you can. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Theodora, did you believe Norman Baker or no?
Did you enjoy working here?
Did he actually think he could cure cancer?
How many people lost their lives at the hands of Norman Baker in this hospital?
One, 2, 3. Let's see if we have any more intelligent responses.
Yeah.
Theodora, did you believe Norman Baker or no? Did you enjoy working here?
Oh,
Did you actually think?
that was a very emphatic response.
I like to sleep in here.
Yeah.
Did you believe Norman Baker or no? Did you enjoy working here? Did he actually think he could cure cancer? How many people lost their lives at the hands of Norman Baker in this hospital?
Nothing. So just a scream.
Yeah.
It's just a scream.
Yeah, very welcoming and inviting.
Cool.
Let's see what this one got.
Theodora, did you believe Norman Baker or no? Did you enjoy working here? Did he actually think he could cure cancer? How many people lost their lives at the hands of Norman Baker in this hospital?
Nothing.
There's something there, but not clear at the end. I don't know. So with Theodore's the clearest thing. We get a scream.
Right.
A couple other things, but not super clear. It seems like the questions about Norman aren't getting responses.
Right. I mean, that makes sense though. If she's like one of his best friends, you know, his closest business partner, closest associate.
Maybe she wasn't in on it, but
Right.
maybe she had her suspicions and she just didn't want to believe it herself. She didn't want to
Right.
admit it, right? Like that somebody that she probably trusted was this bad of a person.
And vice versa, you know.
Right. I don't know. That's weird. Let's do another one.
Yeah.
And see. Let's go over to this side. Step over here a little bit.
This is also a painting of what she would look like as well.
Yeah. So this is a painting based on people's accounts that have seen her in the hotel.
Yeah.
So people that have seen full body apparitions of Theodora described it to an artist, and this is what they came up with. She's very pretty, but I don't know if I want to wake up and see her standing in my room. No offense.
Because that's commonly reported.
Yeah.
She's usually seen like digging through her purse, like
trying to get
find
in the other door.
Yeah, the other door.
The other door.
And it said that when asked, you know, can I help you? Is there something you need? She'll just stand up and go, oh no, I'm fine, and then walk through the door. That's a cool skill, I guess.
If I wake up and she's walking through a wall, I'm gonna be upset.
Yeah,
I will not tell you. But
There will be signs.
You won't have a ride home.
Yeah.
I'll be gone.
I mean, I like it here, so
It's lovely.
I'd stay here.
Yeah, we're pretty sad we can't stay tomorrow.
Yeah.
We have to go film another scary video for you guys.
Yeah.
Instead of staying in this comfortable hotel.
But we're definitely gonna come back.
Yeah,
here.
we're gonna be back here very soon. It's
sure.
Very far away from home though. But we'll be back because it's so cool. But anyways, let's do another session. Theodora, we're gonna ask you some questions, okay? So, on the count of 3, speak into these devices we have. Ready?
Yep.
1, 2, 3. Before we go to bed tonight, can you please say Crescent Hotel?
Do you like that people come here to visit and learn the story of the victims of Norman Baker?
Can you please say your first name?
What's the thing you miss the most about this place being in operation?
What color were the rooms painted when this was a hospital?
Can you say one of our names?
We're gonna get some sleep now. Can you say good night?
Do you want us to come back here and talk to you again?
One, 2, 3. Hopefully she said good night.
Yeah,
Let's see.
not screaming.
Before we go to bed tonight, can you please say Crescent Hotel? Do you like that people come here to visit and learn the story of the victims of Norman Baker?
a whisper. I can't make it out.
Do you like that people come here to visit and learn the story of the victim, Norman Baker? Can you please say your first name? What was it you really-
Sounds like it says Theodora.
Theodora.
Yeah.
It's like Theodora.
Can you please say your first name?
Theodora.
Yeah, it's a lot quieter.
About this place being in operation. What color were the rooms painted when this was a hospital? Can you say one of our names? We're gonna get some sleep now. Can you say good night? Do you want us to come back here? Talk to you again?
Not that, but again, it sounds like it
Theodora.
says Theodora, so it's like she is in here.
Right.
She's the one that's in here.
That's another thing, though. A lot of the reported hauntings are residual, but everything we've gotten tonight has been so
Yeah.
intelligent.
Very intelligent
Yeah.
responses. It could be a mixture of both. Like she could have a residual haunting here and an intelligent haunting. It's very
Right.
possible.
Yeah, absolutely. The stone tape theory again.
Right.
This is all on limestone.
Right.
Let's see what this one got though.
Before we go to bed tonight, can you please say Crescent Hotel? Do you like that people come here to visit and learn the story of the victims of Norman Baker? Can you please
What is all that? There's like a whole sentence right there.
Yeah.
Do you like that people come here to visit and learn the story of the victims of Norman Baker? Can you please say your first name? What's the thing you missed?
It sounds like it's like cut up, like Theodora.
Of Norman Baker? Can you please say your first name? What's the thing you missed the
Theodora.
most about this place being in operation? What color were the rooms painted when this was a hospital? Can you say one of our names? We're gonna get some sleep now. Can you say good night? Do you want us to come back here and talk to you again?
It's weird. So there's stuff in there. It's
Yeah.
not super clear, but it sounds like Theodora's here.
We've got her name twice now.
Yeah, at least twice.
At least twice,
Maybe
yeah.
3 times.
I
I don't know. She's definitely seems like she's hanging out in here. Hello, Rumi.
Rumi.
So
That's
it's about
crazy.
that time though.
Yeah.
We've had a long night. We've hit a lot of spots in this hotel.
It's been a crazy active night too.
It
This
has.
place has been remarkable.
It has not disappointed, guys. Like, again, 18 years I've been waiting to come here.
Yeah.
And it lived up to the hype. It's absolutely unreal. And it's not over yet. We still
Right.
get to sleep here.
Yeah.
And we don't know what's going to happen while we sleep here.
So I think it's about that time though. We see what's gonna happen after hours.
Yeah, let's set up these cameras and go to bed.
Yeah, let's do it. Alright guys, I'll set up in my room here at the Crescent Hotel. I'm gonna get some sleep. I'm excited to get some sleep. But let's see if anything happens. Post-investigation. Hopefully not. I wanna go to bed.
Alright guys, it is that time of the night. Time to finally get some sleep. I'm in Theodora's room, one of the most haunted rooms here in the entire Crescent Hotel. I have the mic sitting right over here on the chair so you guys should be able to hear anything that goes on in this room while I'm sleeping. But I am going to try to get some sleep. Hopefully Theodora doesn't mess around with me too much, moving my stuff, packing my bags, telling me to get out. Hopefully I get a good night's sleep. But I'll catch up with you guys in the morning and see what happens. All right, guys, that is officially a wrap here on our investigation at the Crescent Hotel. Probably our new favorite location.
Yeah, this location is absolutely iconic. I mean, the shows have been here, a ton of YouTube channels have been here. The staff here is wonderful, the food here is wonderful. If you guys ever get the opportunity, definitely come here. Take the ghost tour, it's an awesome location. But I loved our stay here. We stayed here for longer than expected,
Yeah.
but I'm not complaining. I definitely think we need to come back here and try and investigate some of the other rooms at some point. But I loved it here.
Yeah, Norman Baker is definitely here. He's definitely still hanging around. We got a lot of him, like throughout the entire building, which makes sense because he oversaw everything here really carefully because he wanted to keep up a charade.
Yeah, it's very interesting. It has a very dark history, very sad history. But with that being said, I think we need to get back on the road and see what our next location has to offer.
Let's do it.